Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video we got a couple of very interesting bodybuilding topics. And guys, I'm sorry for not making a video yesterday about the Poland Pro. I was sick, there is some sort of a stomach virus going around right now. Yesterday was tough, today it's much better, so let's get into it. So as you guys know, the winner of this show ended up being Andrea Presti. Finally, this guy has been trying to earn his Mr. Olympia qualification for a long time, and he took so many second spots, and finally he won a show. He's going to the Mr. Olympia. Did he actually deserve to win this show? Let's talk about that. I mean, it's pretty much impossible to tell based on the videos that we got online, but yeah, like just from the shape perspective, Johan Pradels looked much more impressive with those freaking huge legs, popping lats, crazy arms as well, and especially the legs, guys. Andrea Presti has pretty weak legs, so because of that and the overall shape and structure, I thought Johan Pradels actually could have won this show, but no, I guess Andrea Presti won because he was sharper from the back. And again, it's pretty much impossible to gauge what was the actual difference in condition based on this video, so I'm sure it was much different in person, and the judges actually saw the huge difference in the conditioning. And yeah, it seems like Johan wasn't really shredded from the back, especially in the glutes, but really with his shape and structure, I don't think anybody would complain if he won this show. Now, Akim Williams was in that top 4 along with Pablo Llopis, so yeah, I mean, Akim Williams was top 6 Olympian at one point, and now he can't even crack the top 3 at a really low level pro show. Freaking Poland Pro, man. So yeah, I don't know what is going on with him, but yeah, it's not the Akim Williams that once was. And you know, he seems like he's still big and like in similar condition, but no, sometimes it's difficult to notice these minor changes, but a physique stops looking the way it looked when it was young and fresh. So yeah, Kim Williams is kind of not in his A game, and it seems like his career is reaching its end at this point. Now, as far as Johan Pradels and Andrea Presti, I mean, I don't know, guys, like, I honestly cheered for Johan because he's a new guy and I think he has a ton of potential. Like, if he won this show, if he qualified for a Mr. Olympia and had a full year to actually work on improving his physique, coming in shredded at a Mr. Olympia and even bigger, then who knows what he would do at a Mr. Olympia. I mean, good Vito cracked the top 10 at his first Mr. Olympia. I think this guy could also have done a serious damage. Andrea Presti, however, is just gonna be stage decoration on the Mr. Olympia stage. Let's be real. I mean, I'm not trying to insult anybody, but realistically, he won't be cracking the top 10. He has pretty much the same physique for the last 5 years, and if he gets lucky, if a show is weak, if you have a newbie basically competing here and somebody who is almost retired like Akim, you know, he wins. So he's gonna go to the Mr. Olympia, he's qualified, he earned it, but he won't do anything over there. Which is basically why I had Johan winning, why I wanted to see Johan win this, because again, like, he has the potential. Now he's gonna have to do another show next year and his off-season is gonna be cut short, but if he didn't deserve to win this, then he didn't deserve it, and the judges judged this the way it was supposed to be judged, not based on what makes more sense, right? And here is the reason, basically you can see it right here, the hamstrings, the glutes, the conditioning in the back. Now, did Andrea Presti improve his legs? Some people are saying he did, I don't see it honestly. His quads from the front were very weak, especially next to Johan Pradels. But again, from the back, the conditioning, man, this is why Andrea won this, because he was shredded. And he pretty much always is. He's always one of the most shredded guys on any stage, really. So again, sure, he earned it, but look at this, guys. Look at this madness, this potential right here. This guy can be top 6 at a Mr. Olympia literally next year if he gets maybe a little bit more complete, he gains some more muscle in the hamstrings, in the back, and he comes in better condition. Like, this is insane. This is a crazy physique, man. So much potential here, man. So much potential. I'm a huge fan of this physique right here. And hopefully he'll actually do the Romania Pro. He said in a post-show interview that he's probably doing that show. And I'm gonna watch that show in person, guys. I missed Prague Pro, but I bought tickets for Romania. I'm gonna watch that live. So I hope this guy's gonna be there next to Andrew Jack. Andrew Jack was supposed to compete at Poland as well, but he decided to pull out and do the Romania for some reason. Can Johan Pradels challenge Andrew Jack? No. Andrew Jack is top 3 at the Mr. Olympia. So if he does the show, it's going to be only for experience. And yeah, let's hope next year he actually gets these glutes really shredded, really dug out, and he gets a little bit more size from the back, the whole posterior chain. If he does that with his shape and structure, this guy is definitely going to be a breakthrough star next year. But we'll see about that. For this show, Andre Presti won, and he is qualified for the 2026 Mr. Olympia. Alright, the next thing I wanted to talk about is something I completely forgot to talk about after the Prague Pro, but we're gonna talk about it now. So it's about Krizo, and it's actually a couple of things. So yeah, first of all, he brought it pretty well for the Prague Pro. Was a little bit flatter for the pre-judging, but came in much fuller and harder for the finals. He beat Keon Pearson, taking that top 3 spot. In my opinion, he absolutely deserved it, but Sean Ray had something else to say about it. And basically what he's saying is that it was a robbery, that was a really big mistake, that Keon was supposed to place above Krizo. And Krizo responded to Sean Ray, and he says, "This man has a fear of big men, I think. Fortunately, he isn't a judge." So yeah, Krizo's not holding back punches, and he's calling out Sean Ray as well. Again, did I think Sean Ray was right? Did Keon Pearson actually deserve to place above Krizo? No, guys, absolutely not. I mean, yeah, sure, Krizo's shape is a little bit weird, and he does have some flaws. He's not perfect or anything like that, but he's definitely a much bigger bodybuilder than Keon, and this is open. He's big, he's shredded as well, and I would say at this point, he's actually very complete. There aren't too many big gaps on his physique. And right here next to Keon Pearson, you can see how much bigger he is. He's actually basically Samson Dauda size, especially at this show. He doesn't have the shape as Samson, but size-wise, he's there, basically. He's the biggest guy on this stage. Him and Johan Pradels, I guess, but if Johan was in crazy condition like Krizo, he would be much smaller. So, no, Krizo is probably the second biggest guy at least in this show, and Keon is definitely the smallest guy in this lineup, if not in the entire show. So no, I don't agree with Sean Ray. I do think Krizo beat Keon, but to be honest, guys, I did not expect this before this show. Before the Prague Pro, I thought Krizo was gonna lose to Keon Pearson. I really thought Samson Dauda, Martin Fitzwater, and Keon Pearson are gonna make that top 3, but it wasn't that far off. Only one guy cracked the top 3 instead of Keon, and that's Krizo. And it was close, I gotta say. Like, there is definitely some arguments to make for Keon actually beating Krizo, but no, I don't think the decision was wrong. I think Krizo deserved the 3rd place. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about Krizo is something that nobody really talks about anymore, and that's Krizo's glutes. And I think this exactly proves my point that I made so many times before. Krizo was all like, why are you staring at my glutes? That's gay, whatever. He was making all these jokes about his glutes. But really, the thing with glutes is like, sure, we shouldn't pay too much attention to the glutes as a muscle, but if you're lacking a body part, like the glutes, it just makes your whole physique look weird. And honestly, guys, Krizo definitely improved his glutes big time. Big time, and this tells me everything I need to know about Krizo. If he decides to improve a body part and he actually works on it, it grows, it changes. The reason why he had no glutes so far was because he was training his quads and his hamstrings directly. He wasn't doing stuff like heavy squats, deadlifts to activate the glutes as well as the other body parts in the legs. I'm assuming, I don't know, if you guys watch his training videos regularly, you probably know better, but I can see that now, once he actually focused on improving the glutes, they are finally looking normal. And that's it. And nobody's really praising him for it, except for me now. Everybody just forgot that he actually had weaker glutes before. We just talked about how his conditioning was at the British Grand Prix and at this show, how well picked he was, that he actually deserved to beat Keon, stuff like that, but nobody is mentioning his glutes anymore, and I think he achieved exactly what he wanted. People will stop talking about his glutes, and yeah, I guess that's what happens when he actually gets focused on a body part. Alright, and the last thing we got for today, guys, is a response from Kyle Wilkes to what Nick Walker said about his coaching on the Forabiat's podcast. And to be honest, I hope this is the last thing we're going to talk about these two guys. Hopefully this drama will be finally over. I'm tired of talking about this same topic for who knows how long now. And yeah, I guess this is the last statement Kyle is going to make. And he says a couple of things. There are a couple of pages, but this one is more interesting to me. So he says, "This is why it came as news to me that Nick was unhappy with his presentation in Pittsburgh and now my methods. I only wish that it had been communicated directly previously, especially considering the amount of time, energy, and commitment I put into this his prep and season overall. The reality of the situation is there were a lot of sacrifices made both professionally and personally that Nick commands from his coach. At the end of the day, athletes are free to work with whomever they choose, and I will always respect that, but when someone publicly refers to you as their best friend, as Nick did, you naturally expect a level of integrity and communication that extends beyond just business." And Kyle shares this post that Nick made about them after the New York Pro that I already shared with you guys in my previous video on this, because yeah, Nick actually referred to Kyle as his best friend, and then after the Mr. Olympia, just like that, out of the blue, he just called Kyle and ended the whole thing. And now he's also saying that he's choosing to be a bigger man, that he's not going to be disrespectful, that he didn't like his method, this and that. Who the hell knows what is in Nick's head, but this part here was also very interesting to me. So he says, the reality of the situation is there were a lot of sacrifices made both professionally and personally that Nick commands from his coach. This got me thinking, and do you guys remember back when Nick worked with Matt Jansen, he had a problem with Matt working with the other open guys. At that time, Matt was working with Brett Wilkes, and also Sean Clarida was doing the open. And I think Nick, for that reason, decided not to do the Arnold Classic because Matt was already prepping two open guys for that show. So Nick had an issue with that, and then he actually spoke about how he wants a coach that doesn't work with a lot of top open guys. So he hired the Dom Super Slice at one point, and he went back to Matt, but he didn't like that very much, and now he went with Kyle. So yeah, it seems like he commands from his coaches to work only with him as far as the top open guys or open bodybuilders in general. It seems like that's it. I don't know for a fact, I'm assuming, but I think this makes a lot of sense. So yeah, guys, anyways, this collaboration is over. Kyle Wilkes is no longer coaching Nick Walker. If you guys have your final thoughts on this whole situation, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. For more content like this about bodybuilding, guys, subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. All the best, and bye-bye.